You gotta scream once.
What?
Yep. Oh! Okay, come on. We gotta need a little more feeling in that. There we go. Now we know what we're working with here. Hello, and thank you for listening to the Maximum Mediocrity Podcast. My name is David Shockley.
And I'm Morgan Miller.
And our special guest today is a man who is currently running to be the representative of District 8 in Delaware. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And we have Cody McNutt with us today. Cody, how are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic.
Should I say Cody or Mr. McNutt?
Whatever you want.
Okay, I wasn't sure. You're a bigwig now in this political world campaigning, so I want to make sure I'm addressing you correctly. I'm surprised you didn't show up in a suit, actually. Or is that more of a Republican thing?
I associate in no way with the National Republican platform.
Oh, completely understand. Actually, to prepare for this interview, I watched the first season of House of Cards, so maybe that's where I'm getting my information from.
Yeah, that's not a... Most candidates, when they're running for a local office, they'll have a polo shirt.
A polo?
Yes.
What's the magic of the polo?
It differentiates you from the volunteers, which will wear T-shirts. So they'll have the polo shirt with the logo up in the corner where like a pocket would be.
And that's how people know that
you're the candidate and not a volunteer.
Oh shit, he doesn't have a pocket. He's the one running.
My man doesn't even need pockets.
It's on his chest.
Other people hold his shit.
But do they hold your McNuts?
Depends on who it is.
Oh.
Me.
Obviously him.
I see.
So, again, I just watched House of Cards. So, how much of those similarities work into the political campaign?
I have never seen House of Cards.
You've never seen House of Cards?
I have not.
I saw the first episode right after he kills the dog, and I was like, that's good, I'm done.
That's it.
That's the show.
That was like the greatest episode.
That's the show. He kills dogs.
Well, I heard some pretty bad stuff about that guy, right?
Oh, yeah. It's an odd time to like that show right now.
I was gonna say I was pretty sure.
Oh,
that's
that was
the
that
guy.
show. Oh, that was that show. Okay.
Yeah, that was Kevin Spacey. It's a
I
shame.
was pretty sure.
And honestly, I kind of want to go back. Now thinking of that like Kevin Spacey controversy.
Yeah.
Now I kind of want to go back because he plays like an evil character.
Dun,
so
dun.
it might make it even more fucked up watching it going, ugh.
He
just-
actually does that.
This is too real.
He's drawing from his own personal experience to portray this character.
So just to be clear, I know you've never seen the show, but that means that you have never, have you ever needed to cause harm to a reporter who was portraying you in a way that you didn't like?
No.
Well, that is going to change after this interview.
Oh,
Do you ever attempt to break the fourth wall when you're making campaign decisions?
Define break the fourth wall when making campaign decisions.
You look towards the camera, and you monologue to the camera about what's going on in your head.
There's no camera. This is real life.
this is real. Oh God.
I question that every day more and more as I wake up, and I just turn on the TV.
Yeah, I guess.
What happens to be your favorite spice?
Favorite spice?
Mhm.
Like to put on food?
Yep.
Garlic?
Okay, now, if that spice was a woman, would you fuck it?
Probably.
Okay, now, who's your favorite Spice Girl?
I don't know the names of all the Spice Girls, so I'm
You
gonna
have
go
to
with
know.
Ginger Spice since that's the one I can remember.
I think that was the hottest Spice Girl, actually. I think that was there was one Spice Girl that actually posed nude for something.
Oh,
Sounds hot.
spicy. It.
And I think we just stopped everybody listening to this podcast because they're now Googling. Frantically.
Viewership drops to 0%.
Well, Cody, we are going to start the podcast off the same way we start off every single podcast. We're going to do a shot. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Morgan, what are we drinking today?
We are drinking bamboo rum.
Cheers. Wow, that is really good rum.
Yeah.
Is it meant to be shot like that, or is it meant to be sipped?
I think you can do both. Just don't mix it with anything. That would just ruin like all the flavor it's already got. What is that subtle phone?
That was a la carte River Blue.
Just pocket YouTubing?
I have no idea what the fuck this is.
Have you seen that thing of the cowboy yelling in the background?
Oh, yes.
Did you know that that's actually a real song? Like, there's more to that video than that.
Really?
Yeah, it's hilarious.
That's as far as I get.
That's not even the beginning of the song. That's like midway through the song.
What?
I have to hope that is like a joke song, but I'm told it's not. Like, that was like, they were like, this sounds fucking good.
I think that has to be a joke song.
I have to think so, but it's hilarious.
So, Cody, if you are elected, what do you plan on doing with your first round of lobbying money provided from special interest groups?
With the money.
Yeah, I mean, are we talking Ferrari?
I don't mean I'm not going to take, like, bribes.
These are this is totally legal. We're just talking about lobbying here. We're not talking about bribing. That's illegal.
Oh, you're talking about that would be campaign funds.
Campaign fund. What are you going to do with these campaign funds once you make in the big leagues?
Actually, I've noticed something that's weird about campaign funds. I spent
They disappear.
Facts. I've spent exactly $1,600 throughout this entire campaign, and I got all the material to pass out I need, bumper stickers, business cards, T-shirts, all that stuff. The average campaign for that district is $22,000.
Whoa!
What?
Really?
Yeah, I looked up like past like averages because you have to post all your financial information. Whoa! The average has been like around $22,000. I have no idea what anyone does with that money.
I know what they do with that money.
What do you think they do with the money?
Cocaine and hookers.
Ah, that explains it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Same thing you would do with if you won the lottery.
Exactly.
Just cocaine and hookers.
Personally, I would buy like a house with a lottery money, but I mean, to each their own.
There's like, the lottery is crazy. Did somebody win the lottery?
2 people.
2 people.
Oh my god.
Because
So they only got $900 million each.
Oh my god.
What the fuck's the point even at that point?
You know, you're just like so close to that bill that you're just not there though.
What if you win the lottery, Cody? What would you do with the money?
Well,
$900 million.
Probably, I'd be the same exact person I am now, except with a castle and a tank.
I like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I wait tables at the deer park.
I mean, with the money.
Oh, I mean, you don't do anything because if you spend it all, then you're broke.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, okay, so you now obviously you don't have to
Oh
work
yeah,
anymore.
what I would do is I would just buy a bunch of gold and then put it in my vault, my castle,
That'd be cool.
and then
Is it a White Castle?
it would be a red castle, I think, because it would be brick.
Oh, okay.
A brick castle.
Yes.
Were castles traditionally made of brick?
No, I wouldn't say traditionally. I mean, they're made of stones.
Yeah.
I guess there were some made of brick, but not
Mostly stone.
Mostly stone, I thought.
all. Yeah, actually, mostly wood. Most castles were made of wood.
Really?
Yes.
Didn't know that.
Not the ones you can see now because they're gone.
Because wood.
Yeah, because they're wood.
And they are, I assume they're pretty hard to defend because they ignite. Pretty easy.
I mean,
If your opponent has fire.
there's things you can do to make wood not catch on fire.
Dun dun.
Really?
Yeah, there's a lot of treatments you can do.
Did they have that technology at the time?
I mean, they did. That's why it's, castles worked.
But what do you do with, like, your time?
Oh, what do I do with my time?
Yeah, I mean, okay, so now you have $900 million. You don't have to work anymore. You don't have to campaign anymore. If you
That's
don't want
actually
to.
a big mistake. You should never quit your job if you win the lottery.
Really?
Yes, 75% of people that win the lottery go bankrupt in 5 years.
Really?
All of those people quit their jobs because no one will hire you because they know that you don't need the money.
Wow, that would be so fucking shitty. Because I was just thinking to myself, I was like, I'd quit my job and get like one that I didn't have to show up
No
to
one
if
will
I didn't
hire
want
you.
to. I feel like I could get away with it just with my name. Just be like, no, that wasn't me. That was some other Morgan Miller.
Awesome thing about Delaware, one of the few states where you can remain anonymous when you win the lottery.
Really?
Yes, so you can say, I don't want my name published, and then you can get that new job.
Oh, man.
Ah.
That would be so rad.
So what would you do?
Yeah, like I said, I'd be the same person I am now, but with a castle and a tank.
So you would still have your day job, the same day job that you have?
Yeah,
But would you work a little less?
probably.
Would you travel more?
Oh.
I mean, yeah, more than zero is more than zero.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I would have the ability to do so.
you're making me not want to give you $900 million because it sounds like you wouldn't do anything cool or interesting with it,
Don't give it to him, David.
right? You would have had some dope campaign funds from me.
It would have been
Little did
$900
you know.
million.
He was actually the lottery winner.
What if I was the lottery winner?
And he was going to give it to you.
Oh, then I blew it.
So, who are your biggest political inspirations?
Political inspirations. Young Thomas Jefferson and Ron Paul. Not to be confused with the old Thomas Jefferson, by the way.
Care to elaborate?
Oh, young Thomas Jefferson was the one that you learned about in school, the lionized version. Old Thomas Jefferson was the guy that wanted to keep slavery around.
I'm talking about why they're your political inspiration.
Oh, okay. That was the thing I wanted.
This is a show where we ask you about yourself, and
Yes.
then you tell us about yourself.
Oh, the Jeffersonian subsistence lifestyle, which is probably why I don't sound very interesting for that $900 million.
What is the lifestyle like?
Where pretty much where you the Jeffersonian idea was that you had your farm, and you made enough to feed yourself and your family, and maybe sell a little bit extra you have, but you're not doing like your farm is not a business.
Gotcha. So you make enough to be completely self-sustainable.
Yes.
And nothing more.
Yeah, the goal would be subsistence. Yeah.
And, okay, so that's the lifestyle.
Yes.
Okay, and then you subscribe to that.
Yes.
Any particular reason why? Is it a lot? Is there something about excess that you don't appeal to?
Yeah, high society doesn't really appeal to me. Just the whole living to excess thing doesn't.
I
make
see that
sense.
you are drinking champagne right now, actually.
Well, this is the champagne of beers.
All right, well, I'll let it slide this time.
I don't know, Morgan. I think we gotta...
I mean, everybody needs beer.
Everyone needs beer.
Yeah.
Everyone.
That should, if anything, I think that could probably be a political foothold for any political campaign.
Everybody needs beer.
Everybody needs beer.
Beer for all.
You have a huge approval rating right off the bat.
I'll be like the vermin supreme of beer.
So I do have a question here, actually about...
Naturally.
I was thinking you would have answers, hopefully.
I mean, we'll see.
During Barack Obama's farewell address, and this is regardless of how you think about Barack, just a question. During his farewell address, he said, and I quote, "If something needs fixing, then lace up your shoes and do some organizing. If you're disappointed by your elected officials, grab a clipboard, get some signatures, and run for office yourself." What does that statement mean to you?
Yeah, that was pretty much spot on. Like, I don't understand anyone that would have a problem with that statement.
What's that mean to you?
Oh, what's that mean to me? Yeah, if you got a problem, the way this country is set up is that you are a person that can get that fixed.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
the powers of the people. Because
Yeah.
I bring that up because, like I said, you had $1,600 that you've used on your campaign fund.
Yes.
You are 100%, it seems to be the man of the people. You're
Yeah.
just a regular guy, and you went, you know what? Fuck it. I want to help the situation.
Yes.
What made you want to be a state representative?
Want to be a state representative? I've been involved in the inner party for about a couple years now.
Okay.
And then I noticed that the district that I was in the guy was running unopposed as he does normally. So I put in I got the nomination from the party, and we did all the all the paperwork, all the file work.
Mm-hmm. What was your motivation to do so?
I mean, I always planned on running for something at some point, and this just seemed like the opportunity to do it this year.
Have you been involved in politics for a while?
For the last 3-ish years.
What'd you do before this?
This would be the first thing I'm running for.
But you've been involved for 3 years.
I mean, I've been like the inner party.
Inner party. What's
I
that
don't know
mean?
what that means.
Oh, people that go to meetings,
For what?
like party meetings. Like we meet every month, talk about what we're gonna do next month, what we're doing for the year, what the long-term, short-term goals are.
And what are the general stakes? What's generally discussed?
I would say the half of the meeting is because half of the meeting is being very official, because we had some people in there that were like, yep, we got to do everything full parliamentary procedure. So that takes up most of the time, is figuring out what we did last week, approving what we did last week, and all the recording of it.
Mhm.
That's half of it, and then deciding what we're going to do next month for like community outreach and like fundraising and all that stuff.
Okay, so it's a lot of community outreach.
Yeah.
It's
And
a lot of fundraising.
Yes, and over the last couple of months, it's what are the candidates doing? How are they getting their name out there, and that.
So would you say that you're aiding the candidates
Yes. Yes. We're I do try to get out and do as much of the community outreach stuff as possible. Like going to like a couple of weeks ago, I went to the Apple Scrabble Festival in Bridgeville.
And the before you ran for state representative, or I'm sorry, before you were running for state representative.
Yes.
I don't know. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
Before that, when you're doing inner party stuff,
Mm-hmm.
you say inner party. What party are you talking about?
The Libertarian Party.
Libertarian Party. So you're part of the Libertarian Party.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. So you worked. So you were essentially like just a general community member, a general member of the Libertarian Party to try to better the interest of the libertarian agenda.
Yes.
Okay, good. Just to give people an idea who are listening to this who have no idea who you are, so they know what's going on.
To be clear, there is no unified libertarian agenda.
I don't know. They have meetings.
The biggest joke we have is that everyone's a fake libertarian but me.
What exactly is a libertarian?
I would say if we bring it down to as little things as possible is the government is not the arbiter of morality and shouldn't be involved in your everyday life.
Can you give us an example?
How big and controversial do you want this example to be?
I mean, just something to give people an idea. You're the architect of your own destiny.
All right.
I liked that. That was beautiful.
Why, thank you. Going on a t-shirt.
Going on a t-shirt. All right, what was it? Well, the way that most people describe libertarianism to the layman is fiscally conservative and socially liberal. The thing is, you can think something might be morally wrong, but there shouldn't be a law against it.
Gotcha. So it's the right to disagree.
Yes.
And the right to be offended without repercussion.
Yes.
For the other person.
Yeah. You shouldn't think just because what I think you're doing is morally impermissible. I shouldn't say the government should go over there and arrest you for it.
Oh, okay, gotcha. That makes more sense.
Yes.
Libertarian. Penn Jillette, he's a libertarian, right?
Who was that?
Penn Jillette.
I do not know that name.
Penn and Teller, the magicians.
Oh, okay. I don't know them.
Okay, he's a very outspoken libertarian. So
okay.
I have one of his books. It's an amazing book. Maybe I just like magicians, liberal magicians.
Yeah. Was it the writers of South Park are also outspoken libertarians?
Oh, absolutely. I can see that.
Yes. They are a left libertarian, which is different than right libertarian.
Could you give us how are they generally different?
Right libertarian tend to be in the most extreme, most pigeonhole example would be a laissez-faire capitalist, and a left-leaning libertarian would be not a socialist, but someone who thinks that there shouldn't be laws regarding everyday life, but have social programs.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yes. I try to fall more in the middle.
Well, we're getting into the political talk a little more, and you sound very knowledgeable of the political systems at work.
Mm-hmm.
So, Cody, are you ready to play the official Maximum Mediocrity pop quiz for U.S. political systems?
I guess I have to be.
You're damn right you do. He's in the chair. We gave him the booze. He's stuck now. So the way the game works is it's a 5-question quiz. If you get 3 questions correct, then that means that as the creators of the quiz, even though Morgan had nothing to do with it, we have to take a shot. However, if you do not get 3 questions correct, then you have to take an additional shot.
If I get the 3 right, can I take the shot anyway?
Yes, you can.
All right.
Nobody has ever asked that.
No one's ever. You know why? Because our last guests are fucking rude.
Every time.
And they're not in it. They're not in it for the team game. But here we go. We got a member of politics. He knows that it's about the people. It's about everybody coming together.
I just want to point out that there is not an I in team, but there is a me.
That's right.
Facts.
Cody McNutt, are you ready?
Sure.
Question 1. How many members are there in the United States Senate?
There is 100 members.
That is correct. He's on the board. Question 2. How many members are there in the United States House of Representatives?
I have no idea.
I have 5 options.
Okay.
50, 100, 435, 500, or 9.
It's 435.
That is correct.
That one was a little too easy when you gave me the options.
I was gonna say at first he had no fucking idea, but now it's too easy. You can't win.
As soon as you put that multiple choice in there, I was like, well, no, maybe, no, and no. We'll give it a half point for that one.
No, I'll give you full points.
Sure.
Question 3. There are 3 branches of the U.S. federal government. What makes up the legislative branch?
Legislative branch is the upper and lower house of Congress, the Senate, and the House of Representatives.
That is correct. That is 3 right there.
Oh, Lord.
Fuck. You know what? I was going to say I made the questions harder this time.
No, you didn't. These are like basic questions. These are questions you have to know to become to be an
8th grader.
I was going to say to be a citizen of the United States if you're an immigrant.
Yeah.
These are like questions you should know as an American.
I didn't know any of these answers.
I'm surprised to say I actually knew the answer to these.
Really?
Like
You know
so
these?
far, not the last question. That was I was like, whatever he says is probably right. But the first two, I was like, oh, I'm surprised. Morgan knows these.
You can go ahead and keep asking questions if you want.
I
Of course,
have to.
We're going to.
Yeah.
Question 4. How many electoral votes are there total?
Oh. I guess, what was it? Was it 271 you have to get? So it'd be 541.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
538. Suck a dick.
Did you have
Well, if you insist.
did you have multiple answers?
I did, but I'm not giving them to him anymore.
Yeah.
Sorry, this is hard mode now. Remember, this is like through the fire and the flames of quiz questions now. Question 5. Who becomes president if something happens to both the president and the vice president?
Speaker of the House.
That's correct. And you know what? Just for funsies, I got 2 bonus questions for
Sure.
you. But this is great. This shows that you know your shit. Question 6. How long does a Supreme Court justice get to serve? You should know this one easy.
Until he dies or retires.
Really, the official answer was as long as they want.
Yeah.
As long as they want.
I gave the long answer for that.
Which I amend to as long as they fucking want to.
Yeah. Of course.
Because nothing matters anymore, apparently. As far as Supreme Court justices.
We talked about that last episode.
That's right, we did, didn't we?
Uh-huh.
Bad time to have Kavanaugh whiskey in your home.
Just saying.
Question 7. How many amendments are there in the United States Constitution?
I'm going to go with 27, but I'm not 100% on that.
Do you want to take a second guess?
Is it 28?
Okay, no, it was 27. I was trying to fuck him up.
I got real excited that I knew it.
Cody McNutt, congratulations. You officially cleared the board. Very impressive. Very impressive.
Right, so you guys got to do a shot, and I'm going to take a pity shot.
We appreciate you. Man of the people right here. Well, Cody, as the winner, I'll let you do the cheers. What are we cheersing to?
To me representing District 8.
District 8!
Banana and vanilla.
Yeah.
Very banana and vanilla.
What qualifies as District 8?
District 8 is the official city limits of Middletown and the west side of Chop Tank Road all the way up to the canal, all the way up to Summit Bridge, Delaware.
Oh.
Because we were looking it up, and it looks like a lot of Newark and some of Pike Creek.
You might have looked at the wrong district.
That's why we can't trust that fucker's information.
God damn it, Google.
The state of Delaware website has maps of all the representatives. You might have been looking at the Senate district. Because those are different.
It is really hard
now
to find
that I
info.
went through that whole thing, I'm like, wait a minute, you're probably looking at Senate District 8. I'm already 8.
I think that might be exactly right.
Mm-hmm. That makes perfect sense.
Why would they have a different... I don't...
Because they're different houses.
But wouldn't it just be easier if it was the same?
The role of the Senate and the role of the House of Representatives are different.
I'm just saying.
Oh, there's less senators.
That's not what I was getting at, but that's okay.
Having the Senate district and the representative district have the same numbers.
Yeah.
There's more representatives, and they can't have the same numbers. So the Senate districts are larger.
There's, in just Delaware, which we are very, very small state, second smallest state, we have 41 state representatives, right?
That sounds about right.
District representatives.
Yeah, I know it's 40-something.
40. Yeah, 40. I don't know. At this point now, I'm heavily criticizing the research that I've done now.
Right?
No, I mean... I'm better at big picture things than like minute details. I'm like, yeah, close enough.
Speaking of pictures,
yes.
Why is it that the news journal DelawareOnline.com has the worst picture of you ever?
That is my only headshot.
Why is that your only headshot? Morgan, take a look at this thing. I printed it out.
Oh wait, why is that my picture?
And it even
wait,
says
I can
under
see
it,
that from across the room. That's just some random picture I took on the 4th of July.
Yeah. And
I submitted to them a better picture.
Oh yeah, that's not. Here, can you hand that to him?
That's me and my cousin. I know exactly what picture that is.
Because
it's a good picture, but also there's another person in it.
Yeah.
I mean, this isn't the one that I would want.
That wouldn't even make a good
That is
Facebook profile picture.
I agree. You'd be like, Is it the guy on the left or is it the guy on the right?
That is a picture I have on my campaign Facebook. But this is not, this shouldn't be, whatever. It's good enough. I like it.
It looks like you.
Yeah.
And somebody else.
Yeah, it's my,
What's it say under? Who's it say submitted that?
photo submitted by Cody McNutt. I did not submit that picture.
This is why no one reads the fucking news anymore.
They drew that. This is actually like my, this was my campaign Facebook profile picture for a minute. But that's not the official headshot that I took. It was like, yeah, what do you mean it's the worst picture ever? I only took one pic. Oh, that's not the picture. You know what? It might have been like, one of those things I did at 3 a.m. Submitted that because it's the only picture I had at the time.
I imagine that you're sending a lot of emails, so
yeah,
you're doing it up late. What's a normal day look like when you're campaigning?
Well, my normal day starts, at waking up at 8 a.m., going to work by 10.
Mm-hmm.
Usually getting out of work at like between 9 p.m. and 1 a.m. because, restaurant life.
I was going to say, I stayed up till 1 a.m. last night and I almost died.
And then I try to campaign on any days that I'm not working a double or have a day off.
That's nice.
Which are not a lot of days. There was one time I went up and put up door hangers between 2 and 3 a.m.
Really?
I'm actually surprised the cops didn't pick me up that night.
Just to circle back to garlic, would you ever...
We've already like went to the full extreme of garlic. I don't know how this could be even funnier than it already was.
I don't... Just give it a second. I laughed at my own joke.
Yeah, that's cute. Campaigning's fun and all. We need to get back to the hard-hitting issues of garlic.
How do you like to season your food?
So coming back to garlic.
Do you shave your balls?
Do you shave your McNuts?
That has nothing to do with garlic. And
don't you kink shame me, sir.
Maybe
whether or not I do that is privied information.
Oh. But to circle back to garlic, so would you even speak to somebody named Garlic?
Yeah.
Really?
Like his last name?
No, first name. It's a woman.
Yeah.
It's a woman.
Did you just assume their gender?
I assumed that the name sounded masculine.
Why is that?
I don't know.
Garlic masculine to you?
I don't. When you say garlic, I don't think of a woman.
Do you?
Unless it's a last name.
Do you assume every garlic you've ever used is a male garlic?
I mean, I never really cared.
Ooh.
I just chopped that little bitch up. Be like, what? You had a gender identity? Yeah, I never cared.
Thought libertarians were more sensitive than that, Morgan. I don't know.
Thank goodness.
Just to be clear, we do allow for other gender identities. We don't care what you do.
Okay, that's good. Good to know.
The unfortunate answer to most things is we don't care what you do.
That's good.
Well, we do care, but we don't think that someone should be arrested for what you do.
I am just under the belief if you're not hurting anybody, you just go ahead, buddy.
He's done finger guns at.
Yeah, I was just thinking. I was like, yeah, that finger guns did not
I
translate
felt
over
it
audio.
in my heart. So there's that. So what's your educational background?
Well, I went to graduated from Middletown High School in class of X. And then I went for a year and a half to Del Tech in Dover, and then transferred to the University of Delaware continuing education program.
But what did you major in? Was the real question.
Criminal justice and constitutional law at Del Tech, and history at University of Delaware.
I read recently that that to be a state representative is commonly like a stepping stone into other political ventures. What other positions would you like to see yourself as?
I could either see myself as a representative in the U.S. Congress, or I actually thought someone was like, yeah, you're going to run for president? It was like, yeah, I become of age for president in 2028, an election year.
Ooh, there you go. You think about running?
Watch out!
That getting nominated by the National Party is a much harder process than getting nominated by the county party.
But is that so? What's the end goal in your political career? What would you really like to see yourself as end goal style?
What is your political goal?
As a libertarian, The goal is not to be a career politician.
So you just want to get in and get out.
Yeah, it was like you do your service to what you think you should do, and then, I mean, it's not get in and get out. That just sounds dirty. But
now it does.
Yeah.
You put that in my mind. Shame on you.
Yeah, I got in and got out.
You got in, you got out.
Yeah.
You got off.
We like term limits. We don't think that people the goal should never be to be a career politician. Mm-hmm. You think that this thing should happen. You think you need to do service to your country, and you go and you serve in the government.
That's true, but wouldn't you
it's not a job. It's what you think should be done.
Does that mindset travel all the way up to the top of the branch?
I mean, you can only serve as president twice.
That's true. But
Yeah.
do you think that, I mean...
The mindset does not travel to the people that are elected currently.
Not
if
to them.
that's
I
what
mean,
you're asking.
If like in your ideal world, in the
Yeah.
ideal, your personal libertarian world,
Yes.
where you hold this belief, do you think that you could have a president who isn't a career politician? Or do you think that...
We have a president that's not a
I
career
was
politician.
gonna say, literally, it's
We
happening.
literally have one right now.
Yes, and it sucks
It's
dick.
going terribly, if you were asking me.
So it's not really going great now that we don't have a career politician. So that's why I kind of contradicts the... I'm just questioning the
Yeah,
mindset.
no, I think
Just trying
yeah,
to understand.
I think you can have anybody that's not a career politician,
And you'll
except for judges. That is the definition of their job.
Yes.
I just feel like you gotta not have, like, a dumbass.
That's a trick, right?
Yeah.
But being a dumbass is from someone who doesn't know what they're talking about, doesn't know what they're doing. But would you say that somebody learns to know what they're doing through their life that may turn them into a career politician? Being a career politician does come with certain bits of knowledge.
Yes.
It is a skill.
Yeah, you just don't do that by accident.
Exactly. So do you think that there are certain circumstances where we would need a career politician?
I guess, but it's not. It shouldn't be. Everybody in the government shouldn't be a career politician.
That makes sense. Okay.
I think senators is probably the place where you should have career politicians.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way that was supposed to be set up. It's not really the way it is now. The way that the U.S. Senate is set up, it's no longer an appointed office.
Mm-hmm. So, and you were saying that obviously you don't want to become a career politician. You just kind of come in, do your duty, what you think is right. And then leave.
I don't want to be a career politician. I can do politics, but I will always have an actual job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you think everybody should get into politics a little bit, come in, do their time, and get out, kind of like military?
If you want to, it shouldn't have to.
And what do you think is like a good time frame to put in your time?
Like,
what are you doing right? What's going to be your cap? Do you think?
We would say my cap, like a term limit kind of thing.
Your own personal term limit, because you said you don't want to do this forever. Well, what's the cutoff point for you?
Yeah.
I'll
I'll probably always be involved in the party, but I'm not gonna be like always involved in running for office and doing this. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of stress.
Is it?
Yes.
What's the most stressful part?
Figuring out how much time I have to be able to dedicate to all this stuff and going out and doing and just talking to people like at the door.
Time management.
It's time management is the biggest stress thing because I don't have like a huge committee to help me out. Mm-hmm. I'm doing most of it by myself.
I can understand that.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about legalizing marijuana?
Prohibition has never worked in the past and will continue to not work. I specifically endorse the legalization of marijuana, and not because I don't like use it at all, but I think we should use it to put industrial hemp back into the market. It is a great product. It does a lot of things that are a lot more environmentally conscious than using an entire tree that takes 200 years to grow.
You can actually cook with it too.
Can you?
Yeah, it's a thing in Canada, cooking with hemp seeds. And I think next, if I'm not mistaken, next month, recreational use of that plant will be legal in Canada.
I thought that happened.
Yeah, I thought that already happened.
It did already happen?
I believe so.
All right. I don't pay attention to what goes on in Canada that much.
Right.
That's fair enough.
We gotta deal with our own shit first.
Yeah, we gotta, not paying attention to America light, just America heavy.
But I saw that on the Great Britain Bacon Show. It's the #1 show in Britain, and me and Joe have been watching it. It's very interesting. They have a lot of different flavor combinations than America does. Not so much heavy on like the sweets, like more like earthy flavors, like nuts and like fruits, as opposed to chocolate and such like that.
Have you ever had British food?
I'm not saying that British food's delicious. I'm saying that these people know how to bake.
They gotta
So,
get
yeah,
on
I'm
hemp
not-
seeds.
I'm not. That's Canadian. That's a Dominion. That's not part of the official Britain. They don't. They. Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of sugar. Like I don't like candy that much. I mean, like I'll eat it, but I'm not like I need to have like all this sugar all
If
the
it's
time.
forced down your throat, you're gonna.
I mean,
have
like
it.
I prefer the salty flavors and the savory flavors to the sweet stuff.
I mean, I'm just
I
saying.
agree.
I'm a simple man. If there's a cupcake in front of me, I'm gonna eat it.
Yeah, I mean, like if I would like, I'll look at a cupcake and be like, yeah, that's got way too much icing on it. I'm not gonna like that.
I also do not like icing very much.
Yeah, it's just it's too much sugar and I don't want it. Like, was it my stepmom's like really mad at me because it's like, oh, what do you mean you don't like cake? I'm like, yeah, it's just like a sugar loaf.
I do like carrot cake though, like a spice.
Yo,
cake.
carrot cake is good.
Carrot
Yeah,
cake is the shit.
Like a spice cake is good, but I cannot stand like a chocolate or vanilla. Any of those.
I like
cakes.
I like vanilla cakes. I don't like chocolate cakes. Like I straight up refuse to eat chocolate cake.
Are you chocolate racist?
No, I like chocolate. I just don't like chocolate cake.
Oh, fair enough.
I don't like chocolate flavored things.
I agree.
I'll eat like a bar of dark chocolate.
Oh, but what about chocolate ice cream?
No.
Oh, wow. I mean, even I'll eat chocolate ice cream.
I am a cherry vanilla guy.
Whoa!
Whoa. Gross.
Never heard that in my life. That's your #1.
Yeah.
Cherry vanilla.
Yes.
Interesting.
Oh, even though I said I don't like sweets, cotton candy flavored water ice is the tits.
Oh, oh, so good.
Like there was at one point where for like 2 weeks straight, I bought like entire packs of like these icy cups from Acme. Threw out half of them because they weren't the cotton candy ones.
Jeez.
I was like, yeah, it only comes in this assorted flavored one. Let's get rid of the other flavors, and I'll keep the cotton candy one.
What kind of bills will you be advocating for?
I would want to get rid of needless oversight, and then I'm going to have a second one after this that is more important to me.
Well, will you explain that?
Which one?
What you just
Needless
said?
oversight. Currently, to start a business in Delaware, you have to get a state license, a county license, and then if you live in an official incorporated municipality, you have to get a license from them too. I would say that if you have 2 licenses, that's good enough. Say for the state licenses, you can get the municipal license and the county license. Usually they're more specific than the state license. I would say that would make the state license unnecessary and you wouldn't have to buy that license. And I think that should be a thing. To go back to the issue I'm really heated about, I would want to oppose a specific legislation that's being bounced around up in the entire Northeast corridor on I-95 to make a mileage tax on cars using GPS.
Go on.
Right? I am very interested.
What's being bounced around and being tested by state employees currently is a GPS-based module that you would put in your car that tracks your mileage, and then they would tax you based on that every time you would go to your car registration.
Like for us in
For
this state?
all vehicles in Delaware.
Oh, no. I feel
Yeah.
like we should not have
Yeah,
that.
this is like my main issue, and I think people should be more like excited about it.
Why didn't
and
you
no-
open with this?
Right? Excuse
It's your
me.
main issue.
Because nobody's ever like, excited about this issue. I'm like, yeah, they want to put GPS in your car, and they're like, oh yeah, cool. But what about this other thing? And I'm like, they want to
Excuse
track you.
They want to track you.
They already have Alexa. What more do they want?
I'm like, well, first of all, if you want to do a mileage tax, there's an odometer in my car already.
That's a
Right?
good point.
So you just want to blatantly violate my Fourth Amendment rights and track me without a warrant.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Oh, could you imagine?
So how would this is where's this bill coming from?
This would be it's currently going under like viability testing.
Okay.
Like, how can we do this? How can we get people to actually pay this?
So people in their respective states,
Yes.
that are having maybe an issue similar to this,
Yeah.
on the similar
Because
level.
it was vehicles getting more fuel efficient, EVs are coming out. They're not getting the money they want from the oil tax.
So how many So, okay, somebody's having this issue, something
Yeah.
similar, same level
Yeah.
as we are in Delaware. How do they fight something like this? So how do we fight this, and then how do people in similar situations fight it for themselves?
I think, well, personally, I'm coming at it from like a personal privacy thing. It's and like, Fourth Amendment standpoint from the legal perspective.
Who
Like,
do we vote, and who do we call?
I don't think our
You would
government
should-
should know where I'm going.
Oh, yeah,
I feel like I
Yeah.
don't think they need to know exactly where I am every minute of every day.
Yeah.
They already know by looking into my phone. Stop it.
Yeah, like as soon as I saw that, it was like they posted an article in the News Journal about that. And it was like, I like posted about it on my Facebook, and it was like, you should. I don't care what district you're from, what state you're from. If anything is going on in your legislature right now, you should call your representative and tell them you oppose this.
So they call their rep.
Yeah, call your rep, call a senator, just call your members of Congress.
Do you actually have the number?
Oh, those are publicly available on your state's website.
I figured. I just wanted to see
I
if
don't
you
have
knew.
the number of. I mean, like I can get it.
That's
Like the number of my current state representative for Delaware is on my Facebook page, buried 5 months back when I registered. I took a screenshot of the state website saying like these are all the people that are running, and it lists your phone number and your address and all that stuff. I mean,
Interesting.
I didn't submit my phone number. I don't want my personal phone number getting called.
Well, we'll make sure to link the where that information is
Yeah.
available for Delawareans
I'll-
listening.
excellent.
I'll be able to get that for you after this. I can't look it up right now.
I appreciate
Yeah.
you. And then I'll also see if I can't get that information for people that are in other states as well, resources
mean,
they can go to.
yeah.
That information.
Make sure that your government isn't trying to put a GPS module in your car.
Or anywhere.
And
Really avoid the
your
GPS.
government isn't trying to do it.
Do you think that our the United States is going towards this weird Orwellian dystopian future, or do you think that that's too much of a pessimistic view?
I don't think it's going that way at all.
Great.
Can you explain though?
Yeah, I mean, like, where are you coming at with that?
I'm just saying. So okay. So or the Orwellian.
I mean, I do see where the police state and the surveillance state is coming in, but it's not. They haven't overtly postured to make it an authoritarian moral state,
Yeah, because I guess I just
one
maybe
party system.
every time I'm online. Okay, every time I'm on Reddit.
Yeah.
Anytime there's any type.
Well,
of,
that was your first mistake.
that was really the first thing, right?
If you
My
start to
Reddit-
enjoy other states, don't.
Yeah.
My Reddit is just filled with cats. So many cats. Standing cats, boops, teefies, curled feetsies. I have an unreal number of cat pages I follow. And then, some other interesting shit sprinkled in. But it's mostly to look at pictures of cats.
Yeah.
The way God intended.
I hear that other Reddit users use their Reddit differently. Just so you know, the cats is where it's at.
What do you use your Reddit account primarily for? Because I know you have one.
I do have one. I got one when r/place was a thing because I thought that was hilarious.
Place was great.
Place was great. I was on Reddit for literally the first time that day, and I was on the entire time Place was up because that was the most golden thing of all time. Long live the blue corner.
Long live the blue corner. But what about since? Do you still go on Reddit?
I do not.
Okay, so it was just for Place, and that was it.
Yeah, it was my roommate was that was his primary website. I don't know how to describe that version of website. I guess I would call it shit posting website.
I think that's true.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair.
I was going to say, that's just a whole bunch of
He was
different
like, "Yo,
shit.
have you seen this? Go on right now."
That's just all that me and Joe do is send each other Reddit pictures at this point. That's 80% of our text messages back and forth. Just did you see this? Great. Did you like it? Great.
It is tough to be in a room, not with Joe specifically, but people kind of like Joe because I'm on Reddit a lot and he's on Reddit a lot, and he'll want to show me stuff, and it's just oh, I've seen that. Yeah, I also had a bullshit morning.
Right? I also do in person when we're together. He's like, I saved this to show to you. And he's like, no, I already saw it this morning, sweetheart.
Yep. And that's that's the end of the conversation, right?
Right.
How do we get around this?
Look at it together at the same time.
That's a good point.
That's what we do.
Is there any other option? Or are we just doomed to just sharing one phone screen?
No, that's it.
Ah, damn it.
I'm sorry. I have no other solutions.
No, you just share memes to each other, and then when they say,
Seen it.
when you already seen it, you're like, yeah, you fucking don't share these normie memes to me.
Fucking filthy casual.
Cash. Man, I saw this 2 seconds ago.
God damn it.
I'm part of the future.
God.
Where do you get your dank memes from?
I have because I work all the time. I've resided to like the lazy shit posting thing where I just like follow shit posting groups on Facebook.
Okay, so Facebook shit posted groups on Facebook.
Yeah.
Real question: what is your favorite meme currently circulating? Like the type.
Ooh,
You know what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying. Was it I can pull. I mean, I don't know what it's called.
Describe it.
It's like one of one of the larger comic panel ones. Was like there's one like the first one I saw specifically was like there was this frog sitting there and it was like, yo, can I get more tax revenue? And then like there was like the people. It was like, yeah, for what? Roads? Yeah, roads. Actually buys Moab like a boss. Democracy time.
I was talking
that format.
I like.
Also, Dat Boy. Yeah, that's the best one.
That's the best one.
King of Frogs. It will always be King of Frogs.
I am a huge fan of the Moth /Lamp memes
Yo,
right now.
I was super on board with the Moth memes. Thank you,
so
brother.
my friend comes up to me and she's like, "Have you seen these fucking Moth memes?" And I was like, "No, I haven't. That sounds ridiculous." 5 hours later, these are the funniest fucking memes I've ever seen in my life.
That's the exact reaction I had to Gritty.
Oh my god!
I didn't
Gritty.
know what that was until like halfway through like the whole thing. I was like, "What the fuck is this orange thing?"
It's a
crackhead.
crackhead.
And then I was like, "I'm gonna Google it," and then it still wasn't funny after that.
Oh no, it's hilarious.
I'm glad other people think it's fun.
It's just like, whoa, why are you having a crackhead represent Philadelphia? Oh, that makes sense.
Right? I would just like to say, has anybody ever used the app Wish?
Well, I've never used it.
Yeah, I've never heard of
well,
it.
you can buy little shitty, like, cheap things, but they'll suggest things to you, things that you might like to buy if you bought something. They suggested I buy a crack pipe.
I got my crack pipe.
They just straight.
They looked at what I bought and they were like, "That's a crackhead." I was like,
This chick is literally Gritty right now. Let me sell her a crack pipe.
I just couldn't figure out what I was looking at or buying was making them think that I personally needed a crack pipe from Wish. Are other people buying these crack pipes from Wish?
Someone's clearly buying it, and people that
Right?
you know, like people around
I
you.
know. Like it was suggested to me on Facebook.
I mean,
all
it's a good
places.
crack pipe. Let's not.
Let's not put down their crack pipes.
It has a solid build to it.
I'm just saying, go for the crack pipes on Wish if you're buying a crack pipe right now.
Mm-hmm. The funny thing about Gritty is that everything, but that it is obviously a terrible mascot.
No,
but
it's a great
because
mascot.
of this internet fame, we're never gonna get rid of it. Like this is a success.
Right? I just saw that guy again today.
Like-
I thought it was over.
Like the mascot has never been more popular for the wrong reasons.
I've met the guy.
Oh yeah, is he a cool guy?
Yeah. I don't want to. I'm not gonna reveal. I mean, like, I'm pretty sure, like, it's public information who the guy that plays Gritty is, but I'm not gonna like be like, yeah, this guy's Gritty.
Yeah, just you don't have to use his
Yeah,
name.
I've met the guy that plays Gritty.
Is he awesome?
Yeah, he's pretty awesome.
That was the
Nice.
question.
He's also
the whole
backup
time.
Swoop.
Really?
Yeah,
What's
he-
Swoop?
he's the Eagles.
Oh wow! But also, wasn't he on Barstool Sports, tasting pizzas?
Oh my god, he was.
I just watched that the other day.
One bite. Everyone knows the rules.
Everybody knows the rules.
He's also Brett Kavanaugh on that one talk show.
That doesn't help anyone.
I don't know.
That
man.
one talk show.
Yeah, I don't watch.
This is a talk show.
I don't watch the talk
Right?
shows. Like, I was visiting a friend in Manhattan. He was like showing me like one of those late night talk shows. And they were, like-
Manhattan Flex, but okay.
Oh, right?
Yeah.
Excuse you.
I mean, that was more like his flex, but
You went.
I went there. Yeah,
You got friends.
it
in
cost
high
me
places.
a lot of money,
Yeah,
That's
it
what
did.
they all
and
say.
it hurt a lot.
Yeah, we have a doll here.
Yeah,
Would
that
you
was-
like us to show you where he touched you.
Oh yeah, that was the guy I was telling you about that like only drinks vodka.
Oh yeah.
He's a vodka snob.
Oh no, he's not a snob. He only drinks Red Label Smirnoff.
Which is garbage. I'm so sorry.
Just shots of Smirnoff.
I just realized I just
Insulted that guy.
insulted that guy, that brand, people that drink that brand. If you drink that, you are not trash. I'm just saying.
Vodka mixes well with things, but it doesn't taste good by itself.
All by itself, Chris.
True.
I mean, like, I
Gross.
powered through it that weekend, but because that guy's the tits. But yeah, he watches like all the late night talk shows, and I forget which one it was. I think it was the British guy.
John Oliver?
Maybe. He's
Oh.
he's like the I don't know. He made fun of the previous court nomination and made it like a dog, or like he does the dog Supreme Court line, and he was like, yeah, that's not insulting enough to this guy. We're just gonna make him gritty.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's John Oliver. Last week tonight.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, he
I love old Johnny Oliver.
yeah. So Gritty's on the Supreme Court now.
Well, I mean, it sure seems like anybody can get on at this point.
Yep.
Just saying.
Forgive my lack of knowledge about John Oliver. That was the first time I saw his show.
Really, as a
Yeah.
libertarian, I thought you'd be all about his show, honestly. You really should watch. It's on YouTube.
Oh, it's on YouTube. I was
Everything's
gonna
on
say
YouTube,
I don't have cable. I literally only get my news from YouTube.
Really?
Yeah.
Only.
Who do you mainly get your news from?
I get my news from Tim Pool and Philip DeFranco.
Phil-
Oh, look at that photo!
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we got a Philip DeFranco poster here. Love Philly.
If I want a unbiased opinion, I go to Philip DeFranco.
All right, well, new question. Scale 1 to 10. How cute is Phil DeFranco?
I don't fuck dudes.
I didn't ask
That's not
that,
the
now
question.
did I?
I mean, like he's just a guy. I don't have a rating for him. I don't know. So I guess I would give that a 7.
All right, I'll accept that.
Accept that.
Yeah.
What about what are your feelings on Joe Nation?
I know I've heard that before.
Philly D's camera guy.
Oh, okay. He
Little
does
short.
a good job of holding the camera very still in front of his face, I guess, because I don't know him.
He doesn't run that particular camera. He does
Yeah, it
the
was like-
second channel.
Okay, yeah, I don't
was
watch the
gonna
second
say,
channel.
I feel like that's just like up on a thing.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's just a stand, but okay.
Because, I mean, could you imagine being the guy that's just like, all right.
Your job is literally being a tripod that breathes.
Yeah.
I mean, I accomplish that every day. We talked about that last podcast.
Remember old YouTube where there was the jump cuts where people would jump to different sides of the frame?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I feel it like I was like, wait a minute, nope, Philip DeFranco doesn't do that, but it feels like he would do that.
he's the king of jump cuts.
Yeah.
I mean,
he does jump cuts, but he always is in the same spot now.
Yeah.
I was surprised to find out that was a tall person.
Philly D.
Like I said, just from the way the camera angle is,
That-
Yeah,
and
he
he's the-
has the up look to him.
almost
That,
the
and it
MySpace
looks like
angle.
kind of cut off. In fact, the other day, I saw a tall person. I mean, I saw a short person, actually. I turned to my tall friend and I said, is that what people see when they look at me? And he said, yes, it is, actually. And I got very sad. This person, like, their hips didn't come up to the counter.
Oh.
I was like, oh my God. I'm going to have to start wearing heels more often.
Philly D's great though.
No, he's so great. Watch his show every day.
you?
Actually, well, I try to.
Are you part of the nation
I am not.
elite?
The only thing I donate to is Wikipedia.
I do too.
Yes.
You know what? I got shit for that from somebody the other day. I
Yeah.
told him that I
Actually, me too.
did you.
Yeah.
You know what? Fuck them.
Yeah. Exactly.
I mean,
What
can
was your
change-
situation?
You can
Oh.
change the information on that page at any time, no matter who you are, correct?
No, but
not-
that's the exact criticism that
They have a better vetting process now.
Okay, cool. Because I was gonna say when I was using that like all the time, you know,
You're-
like
you're-
in high school.
Your edits have to go through a peer review before they get posted now.
Okay, cool. Because that's the reason I couldn't use that as a site.
Yeah, I
Like-
mean, you still can't use it as a site. It's still an encyclopedia. You can't cite encyclopedias.
Well,
But-
regardless, you could still change change it without.
What you
like,
do is you scroll
discrimination.
down to the bottom where the sites are.
Yeah, for all the sources. For any middle schoolers or high schoolers listening, or even college people
Where were
listening to
you
this.
guys
Anybody-
when I was in high school?
You
Scroll to the bottom. There's these little blue hyperlinks. Those are the sites that the people who made the Wikipedia article used.
Yep, it's all the sources. You can
Yeah.
use the sources you can use, but you can't use Wikipedia itself.
Man, that is a great little nugget of info.
You
Little
could
pro
have
tip.
used 10 years ago. What I did was like I like skimmed books and then was like, all right, cool. Those are going to be my sites. Those worked, and then just use the Wikipedia article.
That's like
My grades
pretty
are still
much what I
valid.
did. My grades are valid. I was gonna say I just stopped using the computer for researching because I only needed like to write a few papers like that, so I just used books. I was like, this is much easier for
Oh
me.
yeah,
at
I
this
did
point.
history. I had to write a lot of papers.
I didn't even write history papers.
And I'm not saying I didn't read the books. I'm just saying that once I was going to review my information, I went back to the Wikipedia article to refresh my memory.
Hey, whatever helps you sleep at night.
Yeah.
Also, can we just talk about a book that everybody in high school
It's
had
Philly
to read
D.
just
Philly
about?
D helps you sleep at night.
Did anybody actually enjoy Catcher in the Rye?
I don't remember what that
Never had
book
to read
was.
Oh my god. It's this tiny little brat that complains. The whole book. The whole book.
What was your favorite book that you had to read in high school? Or middle school, we'll say that.
The only book I finished cover to cover in middle school or high school was The Outsiders.
I loved
Ooh,
that book.
That was a great book.
It was okay.
I read that on my own free time, though, but I did really like it.
What about you, Morgan? What was your favorite?
I really liked The Kite Runner.
Kite Runner.
Oh,
The Kite Runner, little boy rape and all, liked it.
Favorite was The Giver.
The
I
Giver.
also
Yeah.
read that. That's really good. But
I didn't finish it, but I did like it.
It ends.
I ended up reading the audiobook later
Me too.
because I can't read books cover to cover.
I
I always get I'm like, all right, cool. I'm halfway done.
I just get distracted.
Done with that.
I get distracted as soon as I pick up a book. Like, I'll see, like, a word that's interesting, and I'll be like, oh my god, that word reminds me of... And then I'm just off for 20 minutes thinking about the thing that word reminded me of.
Yeah, I'll be
So
like,
now I can
I'll
just-
be reading the book, and I'll be like, all right, cool. Got to go 2 pages back now because I was distracted the entire time.
Right?
Accurate. And so I listen to a lot of audiobooks when I'm at work. Audible, give us a,
Give us a plug, Audible.
Oh, that's
If you're
Amazon.
trying to give some money away, Audible, we will gladly accept.
That's an Amazon company.
Regardless.
Top 10 things that aren't going to happen.
Well, thanks
Shut
for
up.
crushing our fucking dreams.
Shut up.
That's what I'm here for.
You might get elected, son.
God, I'll crush your nuts, McNutt.
That's what
Sorry.
libertarians are here for, crushing your dreams.
So I got a question. First off, I got to answer a question.
Yes,
My favorite book
I'm so ready.
was The Stranger. Did you ever have to read that?
No.
Don't know what it is.
The Stranger was a book. It was a really odd book, and I fucking hated it when I was reading it. But then afterwards, when I reflected on it, I was like, oh, I get it now. It was about a guy who has no conscience. He's literally just describing what's going on around him. And then he gets into a court case in which, he's he's accused of something. And because he had no kind of emotional...
Attachment to anything.
Yeah. That means it's like everybody puts that on a negative light on him and he ends up getting
Convicted.
exactly.
You had to be a likable person to stay out of jail, basically, in those situations.
Exactly. And that's exactly what this
In
book
all
was kind of
situations.
showing.
Do you have a favorite book in general?
I liked the World War series from Harry Turtledove. It's like World War II is happening, and then aliens.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. Now you got me.
A little twist.
I thought this was going to be like historical fiction.
And I was going to be like...
It is historical fiction.
I mean, like
Except
boring
they-
historical fiction.
No, this is
Without aliens. That's
Yeah.
fiction now.
Yeah,
I guess it is technically historical fiction.
yeah. I mean, they call it alternate history fiction.
There it is.
He's what's known as he's the master of alternate history in the alternate history circle.
No, but I think alternate history, I think like the world, but the Nazis won, or...
Yeah, it is. It's the world, but these lizards showed up.
Oh my god, the space lizards?
The space lizards.
Were they space lizards?
They were space lizards.
Just checking.
Ah, nice.
I already predicted the end of the book.
Well, that was a great read.
Yeah, it's like a I think it's a 10-book series,
My
And
lord!
Jesus.
and the audiobooks are like 20 hours each.
Whoa. That is a long book.
Oh,
just so you
it's
guys
really good,
know.
and I would recommend it to anybody.
How about you, Dave? Do you have a favorite book?
I was actually just thinking about this the other day, because I was very big into art, so a lot of the books I like are art books, which I don't think really count. I love Penn Jillette's God No, which is like an actual book. I really like Banksy's first book, but again, that's like an art book.
Oh, but it's really cool. I sat down and looked at the pages. It's really fucking cool.
Yeah, so it's some of these books are my favorite books, I'd have to say. What about you? What's your favorite book? This is now the book club portion of the podcast.
I was gonna say I really like the book It.
That is your favorite book.
It's my favorite book. I've read it like 6 or 7 times. It's really great. I read it once a year at this point, sometimes more. I just like Stephen King tells the story through like the point of view of a child and also at the point of view of an adult, and it's really cool. Because I feel like when I'm reading it, I feel like a child when I'm reading it. I just feel like I'm there the way that he is writing. He makes me feel like I'm in the story. I'm there, feeling it.
Feeling it.
I hope to never feel it.
So, Cody, it's about that time to wrap up the end of the podcast. So the way we generally end out the podcast is we play a little bit of a word association game. Would you like to play with us?
I mean, I don't think I have options.
You really don't. This isn't a democracy.
Yeah.
And even if it was, you're outvoted already because there's only 3 people in this room.
And we're doing it, so boom.
The way the game works is we go in a circle, or in this case, a triangle. And I'll start. I'm going to say a word. And then based off of my word, you're going to say the first word that comes to your mind. And then based off of your word, Morgan is going to think of the first word that comes into her mind.
And we're going to do it 3 times.
And we're going to keep on going until somebody loses. The rules of the game is that you have to think of the word as quickly as possible. If you take too long of a delay, then you lose. Or if you repeat a word, then you lose. Or if the word is not related to the person before you use word. So, Cody, are you ready to play our word association game to end out the podcast?
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Yay! I will go first, and then you can go second, Cody, and then Morgan will finish it up with third.
As always.
Beer.
Tequila.
Hops.
Rye.
Wheat.
Barley.
Farming.
Bread.
Dogs.
Cats.
Mice.
Men.
Fuck, that was a good one. You threw me off.
And take a shot.
And I'll take a drink.
I mean, if we
Good
did
enough.
If we did shots at the end of each 3 of these, this could potentially be dangerous.
All right, Cody, start us off.
AIDS.
Men.
Mice.
Razor.
Blades.
Phones. Hey, and you can't pick it.
I liked you guys' faces when I said men.
What was our faces?
You were both like, what the fuck with both of your faces?
I mean, it kind of made sense.
It made good sense.
I was like, oh, yeah, butts are the best way to transfer AIDS. Yeah, I forgot that.
I was going to say, did anybody else watch all that stuff about the 70s?
Yeah, back before AIDS, like sex was like a handshake. Yeah, hence AIDS.
Is it less than that now? I'm sorry. Guitars.
Bass.
Bass.
That's it? You can't think.
All right. I feel like I'm going to go again.
Let's go. Let's do a
I
do-over.
didn't feel right.
I'll take a drink anyway.
All right. Pinocchio.
Folklore.
Lying.
Donkeys.
Horses.
Mice.
Mules.
I wanted to say men again.
Men.
Men.
But he said donkey. I couldn't do it. That one doesn't make sense. I'll take my drink. Well, Cody, thank you very, very much for coming on the podcast. Can you tell us what's going on? What's in the front of your mind? What should the people know about right now?
Well, very soon the election is coming up. General election in all states is November 6th. If you're registered to vote, you should go out and vote, even if it's not for me. Even if you're in my district and it's not for me, you should go out and vote.
I think that's a very good message. Well,
Yeah.
Thank you very much for listening to the Maximum Mediocrity Podcast. Please, please go vote and stay woke.